Hi everybody, Jillian here for Creative Retreat Kits to share with you a new Bible journaling process video using the March Faith Art Box. So I'm just going to jump right in today, and the very first thing that I knew I wanted to use from this kit for my very first project was this adorable scallop stamp. I loved it so much and knew that I wanted to use this as a feature somehow in my entry. And so what I did was just took some white scrap cardstock that I had laying on the edge of my desk, and I used some mint or aqua colored ink to stamp that down, and then you can see here that I'm fussy cutting it with a pair of scissors. And you could very easily stamp this on the page and not like add the extra step of stamping it on paper and then cutting it out, but I wasn't quite sure how I wanted the entry to look and where I wanted to use these, so that's one reason that I went with the cardstock. I did put it at the very top and the very bottom of the page, but you'll see by the end that that gets switched around, so I was glad that I didn't end up stamping it and instead used the paper. And I also had planned to use way more, so you can see there that I had like way more than just 2 cut out. So I'm in Romans chapter 15, verse 13, and I knew that I really wanted to use this stamp that had the word joy on it. So I looked at a concordance online and then found this verse in Romans. So sometimes it's totally okay to let the product guide your entry. And so the verse says, "May the God of hope fill you with all joy and peace as you trust in him, so that you may overflow with hope by the power of the Holy Spirit." So that just really stood out to me. What does it look like to overflow with hope by the power of the Holy Spirit? That was something really cool to think about while I was working on this entry. And so the phrase that I wanted to pull out of the verse and stick down in my margin and really emphasize was this phrase, all joy and peace. So I'm taking the alpha tile stickers and spelling out the word all, and then I'm going to go ahead and also spell out the word peace. I ended up stamping that little plus sign between the descending parts of the letters in the word joy. I am going to cover that up here with a sticker because I wanted to bring some more aqua into the center of the entry instead of it just having it on the top and the bottom. So here you can see I'm realizing I don't have that much to say about this verse. I better go ahead and bring these little scallop borders in so that there's not so much kind of like weird empty space on the page. So I'm just checking the devotional here to see if there's anything that I want to cut out that I want to use on the page, and I'm going to go ahead and save that for later. But I did pull a couple of pieces of washi tape from my stash that matched to the colors of the kit, so like this yellowish orange and this tone-on-tone polka dot washi tape, and I'm going to use that and kind of layer those with the aqua scallop die cuts at this point. You will see me go back and forth a lot in this video, and that's sometimes just how Bible journaling is for me. I just am second guessing decisions, and that's what I did in this case. And I'm putting down this washi tape here. I don't think I actually use it in the end. Instead I go for the tone-on-tone red colors. But I really just wanted this look of layering them all together. And so it took a little bit of, moving things around, picking things up, putting them down, and picking them up again to figure out how I really wanted it to look. I'm going to layer the aqua piece over this red washi tape. That's going to be the border for the entry, just like a little frame around it almost. Next, I grabbed my journaling pen and I'm just going to write some lines on the page underneath the stamp and the stickers here, and I'm just going to write out the rest of the verse that's in Romans and then go back and underline it. So it's really just a visual reminder of what's in this verse. I didn't write anything in addition to what was already printed on the page. And I find that when I read something and then write it a couple times, maybe write it in my journal and then write it in the margins of my Bible, it really helps me to absorb it and to remember it. That repetition is just something that personally works for me. So that's sometimes why I'll go ahead and just rewrite a verse. Then I went back to the sticker sheet and I wanted to bring some more yellow in, but just in bits here and there. So I'm taking the yellow heart, taking the yellow plus sign, figuring out where I want to put those. And then I go back to the stamp set where there are, I think, 3 different size pluses, and I start to go overboard and just kind of stamp these little black plus signs all around the page. So since there are 3 different sizes here, I'm going to go ahead and use 2 different, one plus sign that's filled in, it's like a solid image, and then the other one is just the outline. The last couple things I'm going to do are underline the verse, get my date stamp, and date the entry, and that's it. Here's a look at the finished page along with the close-up. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're interested in checking out the March Faith Art Box, I've got it linked in the description below, so you can head over and check that out. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.